Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. I'm looking to make sure everything is okay. Oh no, there's one more thing I forgot to do. Shut off the noise. That was the sound of the dehumidifier. It has a pump in it. That thing is so noisy, it's unbelievable. Okay. Having said that, today is Wednesday. The week is flying by, the usual. When you get older, I guess that's what happens. Highly rather Firenze, Craig Dixon. I'm thinking of Run Unconditional Love Taro. All right. Kenny Sullivan says, Black News, Meg earthquake 8.88 last night. Headline next, Hollywood, California, West Coast, Psychic Linda, Jimmy Lou. I'm not quite sure. We're going to have those events, unfortunately. And I feel we are on the clear, whether it's in Russia, in Japan, or in California. Here in Florida, we'll see probably the water level will probably, well, not even that, I don't think so. Because what happens is when the earth moves, and it forces the water, make the current stronger. That's the best way I can explain it right now, because I'm seeing pictures and I'm trying to interpret what I'm seeing, sorry. So, large wave will hit the shores and stuff like that. I don't feel it's going to be, well, last night when I heard about it, I just turned over and went to sleep because I didn't think it was going to be that bad. So thank God I was correct. Because regardless, when you think you are saved, when you think you are safe from those earth events, world events, something happens in Russia and you think you're in Florida, it's not going to affect you. That's not really true. But intuitively, I feel it's not going to be that bad as far as the tsunamis and stuff like that. I don't think so. There are going to be strong aftershocks. It was an 8.8 earthquake, so of course, yes. But I think we're going to be okay. Keep my fingers crossed. Okay, having said that, I have been saying to you, behind the scenes, there is a lot of chaos and a lot of fears among people within the administration. I was reading something right before I came on, and some people in the White House are facing reality, and they are beginning to admit that this Epstein scandal is not going to go away. And intuitively, I feel they are right. It's going to change. This is not the only thing that's going to take the Trump regime down, but it's going to contribute immensely to what we see going on today. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. It's coming. I feel also Trump and his enablers are going to be more dangerous because they want, like I've said in the past, they regardless of what happens to Trump, they don't care, to be honest with you. Very few people want to deal with Trump. Okay, they don't like him. He's not doing his work. He's busy sticking his nose in other people's business. He's trying to control everyone and everything. That's what he's good at. But if you look at the faces of the people he dealt with while he was in Europe, over the weekend, their faces, their faces said it all. But Trump is going to become more dangerous. He's going to try to continue wanting to control, wanting to kill people. That's what I was getting from him last night. he was very angry with that lady Tarlov. I don't remember her first name, but she's in a show on Fox News. I don't remember her first name, but her last name is Tarlov. I think she's a very bright woman. She's amazing in my opinion. Okay. Trump was screaming about her because basically she's been pointing out his weaknesses and how dumb he is. He doesn't like it very much. But expect him to do similar things that he did on January 6th, because he's going to feel that, whether it's true or not, but once he feels the power is slipping away from him, they are losing control of every agency in the government, he's going to try to use the military and his brown shirts, his ICE people, against everyone and anyone. Like the title of the video says, the state of our institution, except for the lower court and Democrats and us, the people who are standing up to Trump, most of our institutions are cracking. I won't go over them because I spoke about them yesterday. Okay. But the reason why I decided to give you to do this presentation today is because Trump is becoming more afraid, more paranoid. Because according to him and the Project 2025 people, they feel they should have been or have better control of the situation at hand. Do you guys remember I told you, regardless of what Trump does, it's the unexpected that's going to take them down? The Epstein scandal is one of the unexpected events. So right now, they are trying to figure out how to regain control. And the only way, they know what the only thing they have to do right now is scare people. And some of our institutions, in this sense I'm talking about, for example, Columbia, CBS, Harvard, Harvard is trying to stand up to him. Columbia already acquiesced. CBS has also, and they all, not Harvard, the others, they all have some kind of good reason why this was the smartest thing to do. People like Trump don't understand that. All they think about is it's a when, and how do I use that when to enforce or make people believe I'm more powerful than I am. And that's what he's trying to do. That's what the people around him are trying to do. And that's why you hear the ICE people, when they go out, they arrested somebody somewhere here in Florida, not too far from where I live. Okay, I forget the name of the town, but it's not too far from here. They told him he had no rights, although he told them, I'm not quite sure if he showed proof he was a citizen, but he's a young kid. He was born here. They arrested him anyway. The reason why they are doing these things, and like I've told you guys before, none of those things are happening in a vacuum. Those ICE agents are acting out the instructions, on instructions they were given. They're not just doing this, because, yeah, some of them are, of course, they are abusive because of childhood hatred, whatever they went through, childhood traumas. So this is a good opportunity for them to take it out on others. Yes, we have a whole bunch of those. And it seems like they are the preferred ICE hires. So what the people around Trump right now are going to try to do with all the money that they have is to solidify ICE, its grip on us. How are they going to try going forward to scare us so much that we don't even try to stand up to them, it's not going to work. Because the Epstein thing is going to be a major thorn on their side. It's not going away. And if Trump, let me tell you, as I'm saying this, I'm being shown somebody on CNN who said if Trump was implicated in the Epstein file in any way, shape, or form, Biden would have released it. That is not true. And I'm not even going to try to prove why I don't think Biden and DOJ would not do it. If you listen to other people, like the victims, I believe them. I believe Michael Wolff and other people who said something was happening. And you know something I don't understand? Why would I, at my age, or even, once you pass 40, what do I want a 17-year-old giving me a massage? I don't want anything to do with a 17-year-old. Are you kidding me? Not even a 25-year-old. So, I mean, the 25-year-old is working as a masseuse. That's a different story. But a 17-year-old, the reason why I went back over it, because I used to work on, I didn't work there. I went there so I could get clients. And they had a massage place. The 25-year-old, they were old enough to know there were certain things they would not do. So that's why I wouldn't feel comfortable with them, but they know what they're doing, because I was friends with all of them. A whole bunch of young ladies from 18 to whatever. I enjoyed it. It was a fun time. But the point I'm trying to make is, at my age, why would I want a kid, 17-year-old? Or some instances, from what I understand, they were younger. And at that time, she was working for Trump. Are you kidding me? And also that corroborates what Uncle Luke said. He went there. There was a bunch of young girls there. He would be surprised if they were over 18. But to me, that's proof enough. And Epstein taking these, Trump, the arrogance is unbelievable. Taking these kids to his place, he hires them instead to abuse them, basically. But if somebody's going to tell me, well, Trump did not know they were 17, and even when he knows who Epstein is and what he's about, the notion that he didn't know is baloney. And there will be proof of that. The point I'm trying to make is there are going to be more evidence to come out to prove that he knew. And that's why he's afraid of releasing everything. Now he's trying to go after some judge in New York to release whatever jury information that they have, because that's where I'm not sure, I think he was tried in New York. That's not going to work. The Epstein stuff is going to continue to be a thorn in Trump's and people around him as well, on their side. They're not going to regain their equilibrium. He's going to become more dangerous and more challenging for us. I hope. I feel it. I can feel it. But it's going to get more dangerous. And the only people we can, basically, the lower courts are the only institution that we really can depend on at this point. The Supreme Court is all in for Trump. And let me say one more thing. I'm looking for his name, Bove, okay, who was confirmed last night. I'm using his name at this point to make my point. Who was confirmed to a lifetime job on the appellate court. Once Congress changes hands, he'll be impeached. Either an impeachment, something is going to happen. He's not going to stay in that position forever. because, yes, he made it. But there are more information that had to come out about him. That's my prediction. He won't last a lifetime. But Grassley, among others, this morning he's crying Trump insulted him. What is he thinking? But anyway, I have to make sure I don't talk too much because you guys have questions. They are all, most Republicans, or at least in the leadership, they have an understanding, regardless, they don't care about Trump, okay? They want to take power and keep it. And that's why, and what they are doing works towards that goal of staying in power. They want to redirect the country the way they want, the direction they want to. Conservative, women supposed to be in the kitchen doing their stuff. They don't want to spend, help the elderly. None of that stuff. Let me tell you something I was seeing last night. It's depraved, it's crazy. I don't think I'm wrong. There is an initiative behind the scenes. I am seeing somebody, I'm just saying somebody, it can be a number of people, okay? They are modeling our population, okay? There is, I'm trying to put this, they know the number of people who are not well, the number of elderlies. What I'm trying to say is they are trying, and they're not going to go out and kill us, but they are creating a situation where if you die, it's a good thing. They consider it a win. Let me repeat. They are modeling our society. Everybody's name is on there. Okay? Let's say, for example, they have a pie chart. 10% of the population is over 65. Among those 65 and over, okay? Let's say, for example, 25% of them have high blood pressure, prediabetes, and other things. If they are creating situations. That's why RFK is doing all those things that he's doing. Stop cancer research, drug for diabetes, sky high. I don't know exactly how much. Okay, a number of other things. They are making us more vulnerable, and I said that over 2 years ago. I didn't say it exactly this way. Okay, but there's an initiative behind the scenes to do away with the vulnerable. And it doesn't matter whether you are young, old, in their minds, okay? That's their way of saving money. Because right now, you're sucking money from taking it from them and their rich friends. So they are creating an environment that makes you more susceptible to die. And to them, they see it as a win. That's what I am getting from the people who work for, because I was reading an article on Palantir, and I did not know that was the entity. Those of you who have been watching me around February, I remember, okay? I did not know it was Palantir doing it. I described a situation where I told you I saw Elon, because Elon is affiliated with Palantir and those South African people. Okay, I told you they had a system where they were controlling everyone. Well, it's the same group of people. I feel that's modeling and creating situations where if the vulnerables die, better for us. It's almost like the German thing. Okay, so And intuitively, I feel they're going to have an effect, but it's not going to have the answer. It's not going to help them as much as they think it will, and there's going to be an uproar over that. Palantir, my prediction, is going to have a major headaches in the coming few years because of what they've been doing. And by the way, the initiative to get rid of the weak among us is not new. It's been around since COVID. But Elon and company, the tech bros that are in the Trump regime right now, have been promoting that idea. Who cares if grandma and grandpa dies, or somebody's child with, something that's sucking money from them? If the child dies, too bad. That's the attitude I'm getting intuitively when I focus on these people. But they will fail. Unfortunately, some of us will die. Okay? But Americans are waking up slowly and catching up with what they are doing. Let's see what happens. Let me scroll down. Okay. Christian McCarthy says, hopefully that will all go away when the next administration takes over. Absolutely. But in the meantime, people will die. Let me give you an example. This morning, was it this morning? I was reading it, or last night? I don't remember exactly. Oh yeah, this morning. Because I remember where I was, what I was doing, and I remember, okay, I was over there. Social Security, okay? Right now, what they are doing, there are certain things. I mean, a lot of seniors don't know how to use computers, okay? If you have to change your address or any of that stuff, if you can't do it, if you don't know how to do it I've not tried it according to the way they want people to do it, you're going to have to drive to one of their centers, and it takes a long time before you see somebody. Okay, so they are making everything more difficult for people instead of making it easier. That's part of their program to discourage you, to hurt the weak. Yeah. So Sophia, this is a Milu. They're packing a lot of money. Oh yeah. I hope they investigate and follow the money of Trump and these politicians. Absolutely. That's why I said not too long ago, the next Democratic administration, I don't envy that president and the people around him. It's going to be epic. What they're going to have to fix, what they're going to find, and when they start investigating and people start speaking freely, when Trump is gone, and people who worked for him, people who are under know, start to explain what the goals were, because they're not going to be able to accomplish everything. They're starting a lot. Their main goal right now is to basically convince the military to be on their side and oppress us. That's the last step, and they don't know how they're going to do it. They have fear, but they don't think, so far, they don't think fear is working. And that's why I said Trump and those people, Stephen Miller, Vought, are going to become more dangerous. Did you guys know how much it costs to protect Vought a year? According to a report I read, over $5 million for his security. I hope he can afford that security when this is over. Because, like I said, they should do a little research in other countries with dictatorship. What happened to those who inflicted the pain, the level of pain, I don't know how many of you are reading what happened to Venezuelans who were at CICAT, how they were abused. It's very sad. I was reading it maybe 12 20 minutes ago. I'm not 20 minutes ago, 20 minutes before I started the stream. It is very sad. Those are the type of things I used to hear when I was growing up in Haiti. What used to happen in that place I told you guys, they called Fort Dimanche. It was Fort Sunday. That's, to translate it word for word. It's crazy. So all those things, it's going to create major problem for us and for them. You don't walk away from those things. When you do these things, you put people through those things. Look at that guy who killed 4 people in New York City. Yes, he had an issue, okay, but it's because yes, he has a mental problem, but he went. Look at what he drove from Las Vegas to New York to take it out on what he mistook the NFL office. I mean, some kind of investment company, BlackRock, I think, for the NFL office, and he killed a whole bunch of people. Those are the potential things that are to come, and we don't know how many. I hope I explained it properly. But, yeah. Okay, I'm going to look for more questions. Yeah, I'm looking. Felicia Gonzalez says, Trump a dork. Terry Richardson says, absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Oh, yes. Until it does to you what what happened to Saddam Hussein, among others. But I think, well, the end will probably be the same. It feels like to me. Okay. I'm looking. Kelly A. Smith said, with the strict thing in Texas is kind of scary to me. And our voters in Texas, yes, it is scary. Well, it's the same thing. If you notice what Trump have been doing right now he's trying to make sure that they win the 2026 midterm by cheating. And that's what he does at everything. And that's what's going to come back to bite him. Yes. When you used to live your life a certain way, you think everything you do is going to come out the same way. But this situation is a little more complicated. And that's why I told you guys, the unexpected and his arrogance and the lies, that's what's going to take him down. And that's what's happening. And right now, intuitively, I don't feel where we are with that Epstein stuff, that's one of the biggest storm. Watch what happens. That's my prediction. Raymond Di Pasquale says, our government suffer a recurring problem. Power attracts pathological personalities. Frank Herbert Jones, okay. Power attracts pathological personalities. I agree with that. You are right. Let's see. Terry Richardson says, are not naturalized citizens coming from Canada in danger of being incarcerated or deported as they come back to the United States of America? It's not only naturalized citizens, it's everybody. Right now, naturalized citizens like myself, we may feel it if I travel outside of this country. I have no plans, somebody, a creator on YouTube, I forget his name. I gave him as an example not too long ago. David Pacman, okay? He went somewhere, I don't know. He didn't say. On his way back, he was stopped at the airport. He was questioned for about an hour. Right now, they're doing that to naturalized citizens, but they're gonna do it to Americans, to everybody. In fact, one of you told me they are at Alligator Alcatraz. They have one Italian gentleman there and an Irish, something like that. So they are incarcerating American citizens and Americans who were born here. They don't care. And according to a video I heard, they have a bonus, $32,000 bonus or something like that. Oh, that's some motivation. When this is over, what's going to happen to these guys, a whole other story. They're going to cough up that money, that bonus money, plus in lawyers' fees. And then the Trumps will see when you abuse people and the people around him. This is another thing that concerns me. These people are causing all those things. We are at a point right now, even if Trump leaves office, the damage, the people they are hurting right now, you don't know how they're going to react. Or people, their relatives, how they're going to react. Yeah, they may have somebody like that gentleman who went to New York City on a rampage. We don't know. It won't be over. And also, MAGA people who believe in Trump and, he's God to them, how they going to react either? So there is still potential to destabilize this country after this is over. And, it's interesting how Republicans, they're all in. We want power. None of them, I guarantee you, are talking about what I'm talking to you right now. I don't see, does anybody, I don't think I've ever seen other channels having the discussions like I'm having with you today. The dangers that they are ahead. Has any of you seen anyone on any other channel where they talk about this? Trini Pat C61 says, Milo, you are correct. Throughout history, there will be death out of this sad, very sad. We have to learn. I'm sorry if I'm trying to fix that. But there are lights and I can't see very well. I have to look at it anyway so I can read it. It's not your writing. We have to learn from this, absolutely. But look at the history. We learn and then time passes and another generation forgets. Well, we can't afford to do it now. We don't want to repeat this again. Adi says, I have no patience for Trumpers. I feel the same way. I have no patience for them. Anyway, let me leave it there. Oh, Adi, thank you for posting this. Adi says they don't go this deep on the other channels. I didn't think so because Craig Dixon says yes, they all psychics talk about it. Okay. I mean, I'm sure because some of them come onto my feed and I see some of them talk about he's dropping poll numbers and stuff like that. But what I'm talking about is the dangers because I don't think our society is aware, because they've never been through this, of what can happen or it won't happen here. Yeah. We are, and even Trump and the people around him, they don't realize that either. They think the way they are abusing people, and they're just gonna go after, however he gets out of the White House. They're just life is gonna continue. Good luck. Let's see what happens. I hope I'm wrong. Adi says, interesting article in the New York Times yesterday about the next president and what we need. The writer says we do not need a wonky administrator. We need a hero. That's exactly correct. Yes, we need a hero. No, we don't need a wonky administrator, but we need somebody. I don't have enough knowledge as far as, I don't know if I know enough to tell you exactly what we need, but we're going to need somebody and a lot of who's very smart, with a lot of smart people around him, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, because there are a lot of Republicans who are not into this at all. So, because it won't have to do with Republicans and Democrats, it's going to be about America. Because what's happening right now, it's beginning to affect all Americans. It's going to get worse. So we're going to need a president who's not going to be afraid like Garland. So stupid. Kenneth Lang, he says, okay, everyone, please hit the thumbs up. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kenneth, for reminding everyone. Please, friends, give me a thumbs up. Somebody put it well yesterday. If you give me a thumbs up, more people will see the video and it will help me. So please give me a thumbs up. I never thought of putting it that way. I like that. I thought I would steal it. Judy Patty 61 says, well, MAGA called, don't be a hero. Yep, we don't need a hero. We need a smart, honest, exactly, a humble person that is willing to fight for the poor and this country, not for his own interests. Yeah, Trump doesn't have any of those qualities. It's all about him. Okay. Exactly, Cynthia de Alessandro. Alessandro says, watching Trump talk about stealing his spy workers, yeah, describing those young girls that were working for him. Can you imagine this? Oops. It moved. Okay, there you go. Maybe nauseated. You're not the only one. Sounded like a pimp losing his girls. Exactly. And you know, little that he knows. And if I'm not mistaken, I didn't have a chance to read that article, but there is a law expert who said he put himself in an even a bigger jeopardy legally for making that statement. Because this has a whole lot of meanings. Let me make sure Bondi. You know, guys, I think Bondi is trying to figure out how to live she's thinking of leaving because she doesn't think she can last 4 years under this microscope, and also the way she feels like she's being threatened and being disrespected. And she's thinking about quitting. I'm not saying she's going to do it, but she's thinking about it. That's why I put her name there. Adi says, do you think Epstein scandal will continue to bring fruitcake down? Absolutely. That's gonna be a major contributor to his downfall. And it's a matter of time. I think, I'm telling you guys, he's not doing his job. He wants to control everyone, everything, and abuse, bully everyone and everything. Okay? And the process is making a lot of people angry. So, a lot of people want to take him down. And even people, close to him, yeah. People you wouldn't think around him, you wouldn't think. Because if you notice, everybody around him, they have to do the yes massa. Trump is the grand poobah of everything. He's an intuitive, he knows everything. He can tell you what's going to happen 10,000 years from now, what the economy is going to be. Yeah. After a while, you get tired of this. Okay. I forget the name, Secretary of Commerce, the guy who's always around Trump because he loves to fly in Air Force One. I forget his name, the billionaire who said his mother-in-law, I think his mother-in-law wouldn't complain if they don't give her the Social Security check. That guy, I forget his name. You guys know who I'm talking about. Yeah, him. And it seems like to me that's who everyone wants to mimic. But intuitively, I feel like saying a lot of them behind the scenes are getting tired of this yes massa stuff. Going out and bow to the con artist. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But I'm telling you, when this is over, a lot of people are coming from the woodwork and to tell what was going on. Joyce Matthews says, Milu, did you hear any interviews with Epstein brother? Your thoughts? I know there is a video on YouTube. I will talk about that tomorrow. I heard he gave an interview. Somebody interviewed him, and he said he had a lot of information. The gist of the video I heard, okay. First of all, Epstein wasn't suicidal, and he had a lot of information about only a lot of powerful people because the guy was a pimp, basically, okay. And it's sad. It seemed like, I don't know for sure. I mean, intuitively I feel like saying, yes, he was pimping those kids. But taking the vulnerable kids, flying them throughout the world to people, it takes a whole other level of a human being to do something like that, you know. It's like he doesn't even see them as human beings. Anyway, let's see. I'm looking for questions. There is, you know who Trump is picking on, and I feel it's going to backfire? Murdoch. By the way, there is an article that's talking about people inside the White House. I don't know if I mentioned that I wrote something here about that. They know this Epstein stuff is going to cripple this whole Trump regime stuff. Yes, Trump is getting, basically, he, as we know, he's suing the Wall Street Journal, and he's demanding that the court give him the opportunity to, you know, when you go and you interrogate, if you're suing somebody or they're suing you, you can, I don't remember the name of the process, but he's saying because Murdoch is so sick, he may die tomorrow, and he should get the opportunity to, I forget the name, I can't read it, it's floating in front of me, but I can't read it. Depose him. He should be given the opportunity to depose Murdoch ASAP. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, but I don't feel again, the dum-dum. Murdoch has a lot of smart people around him too. The guy has a lot more money than Trump. He can't even come close. So, and intuitively I feel he's getting Murdoch and his family angry. They're going to slap him back down. They're not going to walk away. I mean, they deserve one another. I'm no fan of the Murdochs, I guess, except for one of his sons who doesn't like what's going on or something like that, but they deserve one another. Okay. I think this is, I was looking to see if I think a couple of people posted questions on the comment board. I'm looking to see if I missed anything. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, everyone. Thank you. Let me scroll down, see if somebody posted anything. Thank you, LA Hiker, the position. I was looking at my journal. I wasn't looking at the screen. Carmen Nadi says, I think Epstein is coming out of hell to pick up his partners in crime. My opinion. Oh, yeah. Krista McCracken says, some readers have said we will have a panel in the next administration. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I told you guys it's going to be like Nuremberg. I think that's what you're saying. That's what you mean. Okay. Oh, okay. Joyce Matthews, I have to go to Don Lemon and look for that video. I saw it, but I didn't remember who had it. Now I'm not going to forget. Oh my God, I have to go get my tires changed, guys. It's going to cost me money. Anyway, Thank you everyone for spending time with me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. I have to go get my two rear tires changed. They're too old. They were manufactured in 2015, so they're cracking. That terrifies me. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmeter.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. And also, please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. If you like the channel, please subscribe if you aren't a subscriber. And also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Again, everyone, thank you. I do want to make sure you guys know I do appreciate you watching my videos, spending time with me, chatting every day. I appreciate it. And I'm doing everything I can to keep the channel growing. So I appreciate your support. I will see you all tomorrow. Unless something major happens later, I'll come back. But till then, bye.